For several years now, we have been working on the Amazon River in Peru. During that time, we have been using a large boat, the El Evangelista. We had air conditioning, a nice dining room, bathroom facilities, great food along with ice for our drinks, hot coffee, fresh bread made daily, wonderful desserts, and much more. We've had great success during that time. We have won thousands of people to Jesus Christ, given away thousands of Bibles, taught hygiene, provided safe drinking water, and trained many leaders in the villages with the help of School of Christ International. But seasons change, circumstances change, and God doesn't always lead in the same direction. I believe the change South American Call is making at this point is in direct obedience to His leading. Last year, I felt led to buy a new speedboat. When I bought it, I did not know exactly what God had in mind, but a young friend of mine, Vince Mortimer, looked at me one day and said, "Brother Joe, this boat is going to revolutionize this ministry." I know now that this was a word from the Lord. In January of this year, God gave me a couple more pieces of the puzzle. As Judy and I were out for a drive one day, I felt very strongly that God was leading me to get away from the large boat and take my people directly into the jungle villages using the speedboat. I also felt that God was saying to me that this would revitalize South American Call. I sent out an update telling everyone that I would be doing a trip in the speedboat in July. I asked for those who would like to go with me to call or email. The results were amazing. In 1 week, the trip was full. In fact, I had to turn down some who wanted to go. I believe God was putting His approval on the new direction for this ministry. In February, I took a trip down the river to determine how best to take care of a group under these primitive conditions. I slept under a mosquito net and ate there in the huts just like the local people. On this trip, I could not go back to the air-conditioned boat to rest or to eat or to get away from the mosquitoes. I wanted to make sure that I could safely bring a group of Americans there and do this ministry. Although the trip will be difficult, it is doable. I have a great team going with me for this first trip. I'm excited about the new direction. So is it better? Absolutely. In February of this year, we had about 275 people receive Christ as a result of the use of the speedboat. We were able to do a total of 10 villages. Chuck King did 4, I did 3, and Jose Gonzalez and his team went back to do 3 more after we left. That is the most villages I have ever worked in 1 month. And on the 5th of April, Jose is leaving to do one of the largest School of Christ programs we have ever completed. And there are other benefits. The boat belongs to South American Call. I can use it when it is best for the ministry. I can run in much less water than the large boat. None of the 10 villages we went to in February would have been accessible by the large boat. And the cost is approximately 1/4 the cost of the El Evangelista. Less money, more villages, villages unreachable with the large boat, more ministry, more souls, more trained leaders. It is a win-win situation. As we move forward, I have options that I did not have before. We have a wonderful leader in Jose. He is doing a great job. He can take a group of his people to the villages and do exactly the same thing we do without our being there. At times, I'm sure he will be doing just that. In fact, he has already done it. In February, he did 3 villages with just his team. They did drama, hygiene, dispensed medications, placed Hayes chlorine generators, and laid the groundwork for School of Christ. To God be the glory and the honor and the praise for it all.